Hey everybody, this is Jonathan, and today I'm going to show you how I fit my black gold sight into the riser of the new Mathews V3X 33 with bridge lock technology. Okay, so the new V3X bows have the dovetail that slides into the riser, and when you go to mount your sight, it's been said that the black golds, their dovetail, especially their wing truss, definitely will not fit, but I was able to modify their standard dovetail to fit inside the riser by filing it down. It's not the prettiest right now, I haven't painted it yet, but I just want to show everybody that it is possible with just a little bit of elbow grease and a file and a vise. You can really quickly shave it down to make it work and be extremely solid. I'll remove the sight right now so you can see exactly how much material I had to take out. It was pretty significant. It was more than I thought it was going to be, but after I kept going and test fitting it, it really didn't take that long to get this out, and but I'll show you here exactly how much I had to remove. So these are the indentations for the set screw on the black gold sight, and they're also on the top, but I had to completely file those down. I've re-drilled the indentations so I can put this sight at two different locations if I wanted to. I'm going to use this one that's surrounded by the Sharpie and most likely cut the back end of this sight off so that way it sits flush with the riser. But when you take your black gold sight and the file, you can kind of see how much material I did have to remove. You can basically just start filing away until those these indentations just completely go away, and then on the top where you have to file, when you start going through it, you'll see that this inner portion right here where my thumb is will still stay black, and you have to file it all the way down until you get complete bare aluminum throughout the entire shaft. So once you get to that point, then the sight will slide in without any issue. I did round the portion of it just a little bit, but it's not going to affect any of the zeroing or the stability of the sight because you're not touching the bottom or the back. And how the Mathews dovetail interface works is pretty ingenious. There is, let's see here, this bump, and there's one on the back side too, is what touches the bottom of the dovetail, and then when you put the set screw in from the top, it pushes it flush against the back. So it really doesn't matter what shape you get the front or the top to be, because that doesn't have any influence on how the sight gets mounted in there. So when I get the sight in, it's nice. There's hardly any slop in it, and so when I wiggle it, very little wiggle room back and forth, but there's a little bit of clearance that you have all the way around. I kept tight tolerances through my filing, and then when I put the set screw into my indentation that I drilled into the sight, when I cinch it down, this sight is rock solid. It's not going anywhere because, again, the main contact points that are on this bridge lock are right here, right there, and then on the back side. So it sits true. I didn't even have to adjust my first axis on it. It was easy. It just was square and everything was perfect. And then the other part about the sights that I've heard people ask questions about is how much windage you have left. And so this is sighted in, but you see I still have a fair amount of left and right travel to mess with if I need to, but I have more than enough. I'm not anywhere near the limits of my left-right windage. So I hope that answers any questions that people might have. If you have if you need any additional info, just let me know and I'll be happy to help. Thanks so much. One thing that I forgot to mention is there is a black gold sticker that normally rests right here. I pried that out so that way I could sand it down to move the sight in as far as possible. This first indentation that I put in was when I left the sticker in place, so the sight stuck out about that much further from my riser, but I wanted to suck it in as much as possible, so I removed that sticker, filed it, and got it in as tight as possible, so it's really right up there next to the third axis adjustment. And so once I got everything filed and ground where I wanted it to, I colored the top of it in Sharpie where the set screw comes through, and when I set the set screw in, it made a little mark on my Sharpie, and then I used my center punch to mark that spot. I punched it, and then I took a 5/32 drill bit and used that to just ream out this hole just enough so that way the set screw has a place to land and hold it in place. The other thing that I did do was I removed the dovetail from the sight. I took off these two screws, popped it out, and then I even removed this bracket from the dovetail itself, wrapped it in some tape, and this is what I stuck in my vise to hold it in securely while I was filing. So just wanted to take a little extra precaution, didn't want to get any aluminum shavings in the mechanism or anything like that, so it was easy to do. 4 screws, took that off, and then was able to file it down no problem. All right, have a good one.